Good morning. Hello, Chase, and everyone else who might happen along our way. I hope you've had a good couple days. Hi, Kathy. Good morning. Haven't seen you for a while. Welcome. So, I thought about our topic again for today. It's always what I do right before we begin. And an interesting topic was about aura. And I understand maybe everyone hasn't studied that part of themselves, or good morning, Christina, or have interest. But I wanted to go through a little bit so that you can all begin to understand that you have the ability to make changes, to transform your moment by becoming aware of your aura. And I think for even people who know it, aren't taking advantage. And it's a great way to love yourself is to go within the aura to feel what's actually being held there and to offer it to change. So, most of you know there are 12 layers of the aura. Most of us, um, for all of you, usually talk about the first 7. Back in the older times, they talked about 4. So today, we're going to talk about 3 of them. 3 of them when I was sitting here that came to be the 3 to discuss. So, the auras build upon themselves. The first level, which speaks to your physical self. And I think this one more than anyone has such a great importance because sometimes we live in a world not knowing what's going on with ourselves. Is there really a problem? What can I do with that? So about that first 3 inches around your physical body is your first level of the aura. And it can be anywhere from a light blue to a deep, dark blue, black. Well, you got to know, if you come across a piece of somewhere that feels really gooey and black, then that's telling you there's a problem happening there. And how does it get there? Well, things that we're meant to learn start way out beyond our aura and work towards the inside. And when it finally reaches this part of ourselves, that's when it starts to have symptoms, conditions, situations come up. So if anyone has a question along the way, just put it up on the screen. So I want you to, so maybe someone's going to say, well, I can't see. Well, what you can do is imagine. And over the years, a lot of different beings have discovered that imagination is 97% accurate. Good morning, Kelly Scarborough. We're not doing messages today, we're doing conversation. Unless maybe your message has something to do with what we're talking about. And today we're talking right now about the first level of the aura. So if you can close your eyes with me, and you have eyeballs at the tip of your fingers also, you may not have activated them yet, but you can maybe go through that 3 inches right along on top of your body. And are you feeling a blue like what I'm wearing? Or are you feeling a light blue, which could mean dehydration or a lack of something? And you want to go to your heart, all across the digestive endocrine system. Maybe one of your limbs feels funny. And if you feel anything that on this level is radiating a pain to you, or if you see a darkness, you might want to sit there for a moment, call for the light from the heavens. You can call on the white light of Christ if you want, and let it radiate to it to begin to bring change. But if you are aware of this ability, there is no need to have something go on and on and on and on. and not have a participation in where it's ending up or where it's going. This is healing. This is what healing is to becoming aware that something isn't balanced and bringing your balanced energy along with the light of God to it and to bringing transformation. Certainly there's many levels of that and ways to do that. But today, I want you to just feel. Just become aware of this first level of your body. Does it feel cool? Is it hot? Do you go along and it's maybe 3 inches and it goes down to 1? It can be anyway. It can be all fine. But then what will happen is it'll come into your mind. Oh, yes. Feels funny there in that shoulder, and I remember it starting to bother me. This is how you can begin to become and answer and love some of your things that are your own issues. So I'll just give you a few minutes to check that out and see if anyone has any questions. Yes, throat is a good one in our world. So many people have throat issues. Mine is participant that I sing, and there's also a deeper level of interpretation and expression of what needs to be done. So it's continually moving. And if you're meant to be a healer of your hands, same thing there. They're going to be a constant movement in that energy field around your hands to where they'll at some point always be light. Yes, Kelly, you can start at the top of your head and go down. Good, that's what we need. You need to ask questions. You can even go here and tell yourself you're looking at the back and look at the spine. And what are you perceiving? Yeah, kidneys. Yeah, the lower spine. You can receive a lot of your own information this way and know to whether this is something you need to go to a doctor for or something that you need light to balance it. And what is everybody finding? Let me see your comments. Are you finding balance? Can you feel some places there's a difference? And I'll tell you how you'll really know this if you have someone that you know that's very ill and you go to feel their aura. You're going to feel how that's been let go and how it's needy and dark. It needs a lot of light. A new baby's going to have a bright, almost white blue in their field, unless they have an issue, unless they came in with that. Mm-hmm. Wrist, elbows, also great things to check. Now, I had fallen, if those of you remember, and had my wrist was in 22 pieces. So let's see what it looks like today. So since it's not all real, there's titanium in there. I see an essence of gold, like a finger lake. So there's already an extra energy of experience holding that wrist together so that it works. But everything works fine. Took 2 years. And it wasn't until I stopped going to the therapist it became fine. So think about that. Any questions out here? And we can also look back the other way. Is there something that's been bothering you? Then go to that area and those 3 inches out, and see what you can feel there. Just see there's a process of impression that comes to you. And as you develop, it could be a lot of different ways. You may think of it. You may feel it in your gut. You may see it. We don't know what yours is going to be until you work with these type of things to find out. Kelly's found that solar plexus and third eye on the crown is blocked. Too busy. Yes, I agree. So I want you to call in that Christ light and bring it down through that crown into the third eye, just for a few minutes, and let's see if that changes for you. Good morning, Marby. We're working on 3 inches out, the first level of the aura, to begin to understand and be able to feel and perhaps bring change to yourself on how you're feeling. Good morning, Prime 3. So is anyone else bringing light in now for themselves? Good. Someone around the throat, you may see something like a noose around your neck, a rope, and you just take it and have an intention to let that go. That's a subconscious level. Just let that go. And that's going to free your throat up. You see? Oh, Chase is just saying hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. See, now you can see the energy getting brighter as I'm releasing the throat. And this is how it would be true for you also. Now, Kelly, I can perceive you. And this is from here to out like this. How does it feel to you as you can make a choice to be participant in your world differently, out of your heart versus your mind? Okay. Kelly, are you still there? Not for me to tell. All right, so hopefully you took time and all went down the back. And we're calling in just a white Christ light today and letting it begin to embrace and to calm and illuminate you. Christina, I can feel some issues with my throat, sacral, and root chakras. Wonderful. So I want you to bring the Christ light there. Tell me how it feels if it shifts after you bring the light. And Kelly says, yes, I feel that too. Transitioning from a mental career to a healer. Not exactly what I said, but those are from others' ears to yours, right? Yeah. A sense of balance and serenity and finding this is an ease. You think healing can be so hard. There's a lot of different kinds of techniques and things you can learn. We're talking about simplicity today. Simplicity, becoming awake. And that is what spirituality is about. It's about becoming awake and sensing and feeling. Certainly you could open and have a third eye vision or have a heart that has a response that's immediate as you grow. But those are things that are come. But look how just today we have 2 people that felt a lot. So keep offering your light as I'm going to keep going on. So now we're going to skip the emotional field. It's all over the place. let's go to that third level of the field. It can be out maybe a couple feet. And the background of this aura is yellow. It's your mental field. And this is again for you, Kelly. Now, how do I perceive the mental field? I see it like LA traffic. Cars, people honking, going around, going around, going around. But there is a place where it becomes calm. So for me, that's how I can tell people's life energy, how they use it. Is it going crazy, crazy, crazy and not really learning to know the beat of their heart along with the beat of God's? Or are they busy, 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 not paying attention, not loving themselves, not loving others, just in the doingness of this reality, which is an illusion? Okay, thank you, Kelly. She says, off to the races. All right, so here first, yes, that aura is all 360 degrees around you. So it could be going crazy up and down on the back also. So let's just see, get quiet, out about 2 feet. How does that energy feel? Can you see the cars? And if you can't, what's the energy frequency feel? Is it which is it? Let's just check in for a minute. Neck crack. That's always a good sign. When just from quieting yourself enough to look, things start shifting. And it's also saying something needs something. All right. So why is this important? The mind is what we give way too much power to, the intellect. And if you allow the intellect to be up and on its own, you're going to make decisions that are spiritual from a human point of view. So we have a human that becomes a soul that eventually becomes a pure spirit. So when you begin to bring that mind energy down into and encompassing it in the heart, just feel that as I bring that to you that way. The mind down into the heart and feel a different breath. But here it isn't intelligence that's going to bring you wisdom. It's wisdom. The wisdom of your heart, the wisdom of spirit. It is the chosen arena on a spiritual journey to reach into your heart and to know. Because this is still an I don't know place. It's depending on what people say, what people think, what people have written. Here, you're going to be tapping into a greater essence of the universe. Okay. Oh, let's see. Good morning, Cavell. It is a happy Friday. So, what's anyone feeling here from this mental field? For those of you who are busy, 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 where is it showing that? In your spine? In your belly? Are you holding a lot of issues in that belly? How's your heart feeling? Or are you someone that works with your throat all day? If you're sitting at night, this is a way you can begin to call in that white light and just let it be at peace. Embrace it. Give gratitude for all it's done for you during the day. But there is things you can do and be to allow that to become calm. as you progress on your journey. I'm just taking a moment today to show some of you who may not have known there is a complete roadmap, blueprint around you that's happening. Okay. And what is the abdomen? The abdomen is usually your career, like between the abdomen and the digestive. It can be a green band and can show you all kinds of things about your career that you can learn from. But again, first you have to be willing to take that time and to transform them. So Christina, I'm wondering how bringing the light into those areas, again, that's being rooted into the earth and the expression of God. The throat and the front is how you express God. And the back is the confidence and the love and acceptance of yourself. Yeah. You're someone who gets the throat you have to clear often, right? So now we've learned about the first level of the field, and now we're in this third level of the field. I'm not feeling as many transformations in this field. So just bring the white light where you might feel real busyness, because the power of change is yours. That's in the will of God that He has given you. You are a choice. You don't have to live that life. You can live a life of peace and harmony. And how do you create that? Is you finding what's in the aura, what's already speaking, that you can bring peace to. Okay? So, now we're going to go to the fourth level of the field. And this is the level of the field that's connected to your beautiful heart. Yeah. It's the feeling nature. All 1, 2, 3, and 4 fields can be in response to the ego. Yeah. So what we want to learn about ourselves is what situation has us reach to the ego. When is that experience happening that's making us fearful or angry? In this heart, there's a lot of things in the aura around the heart. This chakra is green, so the aura around it is green. Thank you, Christina. She's saying that the white light feels very soothing, especially on her sacral. And that's what's going to happen if you go through doing this. You're going to feel balanced and more peaceful. And you're not going to be, oh, I don't know what's going on. You're going to begin to help yourself learn what's going on. So as this heart chakra is green, the aura of this chakra is green. And there can be deep sadness. There can be hurt. There can be loss. There can be a lot of things that are moving around in that heart. And what happens is we tend to not want to feel, especially if it's sad. Humankind, I'll say. So it gets there until it turns into a blackness. So, people wonder why people who are very physical, working out, eating well, fall down, have a heart attack. Well, it's because the wounds are left there to just weep. And that's not something that shows up in the things, in our worldly things that they do. So it's very important that you look at heart health on another level to the spiritual heart health and how you feel. What feelings are being hidden there? What feelings you feel you don't even want to touch? And there's no harm in touching them. And by touching them, even if they are painful, there's ways to learn to move beyond it and allow the light to just radiate. And that's what we're wanting to discover. More light, higher consciousness, more radiance. So I'm going to share with you a piece that I cherish about the heart. And I have an old friend, a monk named Ben. And from your invite, is willing to come within your heart in working with you to plant a new garden of positive thought. So if you can imagine for a moment, there's a garden of earth, and there's a huge tree that kind of shades over you so that you never work in the hot sun. First, he'll help you weed. What are weeds? Weeds are those things that hold the negative thought. I can't. I won't. It'll never happen for me. However, those words and thoughts have been taught you from parents, jobs, friends, brothers and sisters, there's a point when you need to get all that out. So here, you can just pull the weed of that and let it go. Okay? And then he has all these beautiful plants. For instance, let's say if you want more love, he has this very beautiful love plant with beautiful pink flowers on it. He'll have whatever you need, for it's you that decides how you want to plant your garden and the time you want to place there. And all of it is a process of healing your heart. All of it means there's going to be a greater happiness tomorrow when you wake up. So that heart chakra can go from this big, I can't get them to open up there, to this big. What more love can you bring to the world with the circumference of a heart that is so big and that it's clear and can radiate? It's a big difference. Yes, big difference. So I'm going to take a minute here and let you work in your garden. And so Cavell's asking, I do times see blue aura. What does that mean? It's a very good question. Blue aura is your throat, that fifth chakra. So it is wanting you to either speak from a truth space, or listen to a truth, or to love yourself more. Those are all qualities of the throat. The blue aura also comes from the blue ray. It's time to make a decision. That could also be what it is. The energy of Hercules comes in with that blue ray energy. The willingness to do. So is there something that you are willing to do? Or is there something you need to become willing to do? So much to learn about the aura and how it can and does affect you. Just every morning when you wake up and how you present yourself into the world. If you continually ignore it, it's going to continually draw to it what it's already thinking. So those who you know are spiritual hold perhaps a clearer energy because they pay attention and seem to be more transformative. What is the difference between chakras and auras? Chakras are along the channel. Some people see them as a disc. Some people see them as a lotus flower, as a flower, and there's a lot of petals. This is how energy out in the world comes in, and it's processed through the chakra to be used in all the organs of the certain areas that they are. So let's say this chakra is going to go in to bring health to all the throat pieces, to the neck. Now, if that's not open and that's not functioning, there'll be a withering here or a throat problem or a heart problem, whatever it is that's going to come up, just like when we looked at that first level of the field. Auras are connected from, let's say, the throat chakra. From that throat chakra, then there's an aura that comes out around you that also demonstrates that experience of communication with God, loving the self, being balanced out in the aura. They're connected. They are not the same. The chakras are the energy centers. That's why they call them, because energy from the universe comes in and is processed and goes into the physical body. And in that process, it creates an aura out around you, each one of them. There are actually 12 auras, as we're only talking about 7 today, but we're actually doing 4 of them. So right now, we have looked at the first chakra, which is connected to the root, which is about health and well-being. It's about self-safety, all those things. And then we went to the third chakra, which is yellow, here at the solar plexus. And that was about the mental field. Even though it's head, it's here in this, I am a child of God. So all those reasons that you use to keep separate from the intimate relationship with God are those mental thoughts. And then a yellow aura goes out around you, 360 degrees. And then the heart, love, or sadness, or loss, whatever where it is yours is sitting, is going out and around you. So that when people come up to you, let's say you're feeling very painful or lost, you may not think it, but your aura is saying it. I feel lost. I need help. Be my friend. Help me talk about it. And then you wonder, how come some people seem to know that that's what you need? Well, because it's out around you in that aura from way deep inside of you. And that's how they're all connected. So when I'm sitting and working and starting with someone, I listen to them for 10, 15 minutes. But I'll know if it's just the surface stuff or if they've really gotten down. I'll see their energy go down into their chakras, into their aura, that they're really talking about something that's bothering them. So that's why I'm having this conversation today, because if you can begin to have this conversation within yourself and get to know what is happening. I'll give you, for instance, so that's when I fell and hurt my head. I went into my head, into that zeal point in the back. Is there a problem here? What's going on? Why did that have to happen? And I got all the information, and it's all fine. But ignored, who knows what it could have developed. And that's what you have to become aware of. So, did I make myself clear how chakras and aura and how they're different, that they're working with the energy of you and the universe and having them come into harmony? And that's why a being who is raising their light consciousness will have a lot of white light around them, and eventually different colors of light around them. Okay, anybody else? We're down to 4 people. I have no idea which ones of you it is. Yeah. I'm glad, Christina, that you enjoyed this exercise. Yeah. So some of you might enjoy learning the rays. They're not specific areas, but they are specific colors and intention that have been developed as the universe was created. Another whole beautiful experience to move through. And in that, if you spend time with your aura, it's going to become strong. And it's going to change your personality from maybe a shy person or someone who doesn't really know what they want to do or where they are to very confident in the knowingness and get you planted upon the earth. Because a lot of times if you're not strong in those chakras, your energy holds itself up above who you are. And there's not someone visibly there on an auric level for someone to meet and to really begin to know. Or you're hesitant to want to know people. Okay, Kathy, I am here with you, interested to learn about chakras and auras. Excellent. Thank you for sharing, Kathy. So we can go backwards to the second chakra, which is number 2 above the root there in the abdomen. And it is your emotional experience, that front chakra. It's your relationships. This can be a very painful place to be, and yet in balance, it's a very harmonious place to be. Now, the back of that chakra, a lot of these chakras all have back chakras. The only ones that don't are the crown and the root. So the back of that chakra is, do you ever have a feeling about or heard people trying to identify themselves? This is where you identify yourself, is in the back of that second chakra. It's also where financial issues are. But the most profound piece of this is as you move outward from that center of the chakra in the back, you'll see the becoming part of you. Not too many people have gotten yet to where they can see that, but it's there. First, you've got to work through the illusion. Who do you identify yourself as? And you should hear some of the things I hear. It can be very different. And there could be this very sweet, loving soul deep inside of you with a great strength. Doesn't mean there's weakness. And then you also learn that prosperity is God, and you're filled with it. And then there's no issue about money. So, lessons, learnings are all within all the chakras and the aura. And that is what it's all about. 144,000 little pieces of it have come in with every soul to be understood, embraced, and loved. That's what the journey is. But the journey never ends, because there's going to be another one right after as soon as that one goes. But if we can let ourselves have those moments to go, wow, what am I really feeling? And get to know what a feeling is versus an emotion. Emotions are lower. They're in that personality, second chakra. They're hatred, anger, fear, grief, sadness. Feelings, I feel great. I feel passion. I feel alive. I can feel my fire going in a certain way. You see, they're feelings. Totally different in totally different areas of your body. Okay. So, we have quite a lot within something that you can't even see. And is that just about healing? No, I don't always think so, because I've met people who understand their aura and know what it does for them, but they would not call themselves a healer. So it's finding your way and what it means to you and what you want to do. And it's exciting to me. So how many feels this is all exciting? Kathy does. Christine enjoyed this a lot, I could tell. Kelly left. She enjoyed it. Chase. So almost all of you. I would like you to take a moment and share with your friends our channel, because it's not just getting messages anymore. We're going to have conversation and learn. Today was a little more towards healing, but it's what came. Last week it was about love and Jesus. That was pretty profound. I thought that was very beautiful. It's still on there if you want to go back and listen to it again. So, I'll give a few minutes for a last question before I go. But that's what I wanted to bring to you today, was clarifying chakras and aura, and how even if you're not one who sees, or however people present themselves, there is a capacity of perception that you can do. Imagination. And you might begin to trust it, and what it will turn into is sight. Trust me. Okay? It's a powerful thing. You have it. There has to be a reason. So might as well use it and get to know it. Feel sometimes when you're talking to some people, you'll feel, well, something in the aura shifted. What was that? What did that person invoke in me or send me sometimes? Because you know, people can send you energies as much as you can send them energies. Okay, Kathy, I just brought your book, Wisdom School. I'm looking forward to reading it. Thank you, and God bless you. Very good. It's a very beginning one. I hope you enjoy it. It has a lot of information in it. So, if anyone else wants to buy the book, it's on Amazon. It's on a number of places. I'm sure if you go back down my community page, you'll find. But I'm sure it's on Amazon. All right. So, enough for today. And let's see. How could we heal any rips and tears in our auric fields? That's a very good question. Best thing to do is to call either in Kuan Yin or Mother Mary and ask them to do that for you. They're more than willing. So that's for any kind of rip or tear, which happens when a traumatic experience happens. There's so much pull and anguish on the fine part of the aura, it rips. And you don't want that to happen, because that's going to allow negativity in. So right away you want to call in either Mother Mary or Kuan Yin or someone like me and have them heal that and knit it back together. You want to be solid within that experience of light that you have. Good questions. All right, anything else? I'll be back on Tuesday at 11, and we'll see what comes to talk to everybody then. All right, many blessings to you. Have a happy weekend. Thank you.